Okay, and welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. It is a big week for the crypto industry. Yes, there's a lot of excitement going on right now, but the price of Bitcoin is slipping this morning. Very, very interesting. And if you look at the chat, you're going to see things like Mango Penguin saying you don't want the government controlling any cryptos. They screw it up every time. The reality, the fact is the government is stepping in with crypto, and so now we need to figure out what happens next. Is crypto over because the government is stepping in, or is it going to get a lot bigger? I tend to lean on the bullish side, and I'd like to explain to you guys why here in this video and exactly what the latest story is here in the crypto space. Thanks, Sushi. You're looking sharp too, I'm sure. Out there, we're gonna let our little fluffy hairs grow in. I don't know. We're just experimenting, guys. Hope everybody's doing great out there today. Welcome back to the Crypto Report. I'm Crypto Kip. Do me a favor, guys. On your way in, tap that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content. We got 99 views watching on X, and we got 54 views watching on the YouTubes. And how many we got over on Rumble today? How many Focus Pocus we got over on Rumble? Oh my gosh. A whopping one person watching on Rumble. Still trying to grow that Rumble presence. That's a lot of fun. It was a long journey to get here with YouTube, but man, I do enjoy. And Hermes is waiting on my breakfast coming in. Breakfast was very early this morning. Sometimes I don't eat breakfast till like 11:30, and sometimes I eat breakfast, first thing when I get up. Honestly, it just depends when my wife gets the time to kind of take care of the baby and then cook it for me. And so she does a really good job, and I'll take it when I get it. If you know what I mean. Mango Penguin says, nah, it's over. We have two big runs, one in the spring and then fall bear market. Well, yeah, I mean, I think that, 2026, at some point in 2026 is certainly going to be a bear market. I'm definitely on the same page as you, Mango Penguin. Sorry, I had to get a water. So we got a lot to get through. So let's hone in here, guys. Let's hone in as we got some folks hopping in today. Hopping right on in. Let's go ahead and share the screen and look at some of the big movers and why some of the big movers are moving like they is, because they is some of them. Cronos is up today. You've got Sui up today. Look at the big movers today. Look at this. Cronos number 2. Sui number 3. And what we've got going on right now, guys, is Sui was just announced to be some kind of partner with World Liberty Finance, which is very interesting. Now, World Liberty Finance is this DeFi project of sorts. I don't know. I haven't really dove into the weeds with it, but it's essentially, they offer borrowing and lending, and they're including certain coins in it, and they're buying certain coins as a part of their World Liberty Finance reserves, and the coins that this entity, and by the way, this is like the president's son's crypto business that they started. Very timely with the pro crypto administration, but clearly they're going in this direction, and clearly there's going to be crypto businesses. So why not start a crypto business? I guess some people say conflict of interest, and some people say pump my bags, and I say, I guess, pump my bags. So they're pumping bags. Today they're pumping Sui because World Liberty Finance just did like some kind of partnership one day before this massive crypto summit, and World Liberty Finance included Sui in their crypto reserve. Now people are speculating that Sui could be included in the National Strategic Reserve along with XRP, Cardano, and the other ones named Solana, ethereum, Bitcoin. Those are the ones we've heard by name, not Sui yet, by name for the National Strategic Reserve. But we've heard that, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Cardano, and then other crypto projects. Now we're speculating Sui, which is great. I've got some Sui. I've been holding some Sui, been DCing into some of my favorite coins, American-made cryptos, American-based crypto projects, and projects that are partnering with this administration seem to be maybe a good opportunity here. Now, why is Cronos pumping? Well, it was announced that the CEO of crypto.com is going to be participating at this crypto summit happening at the White House. So that's pretty interesting, and that's coming just a couple days after the news that had everybody, myself included, disgruntled, should I say, over the news with the unburn of the 70 billion tokens. But regardless of that, I guess Crowcoin's going to pump. I've got some thoughts about that, but I'm just not even gonna. I'm not even gonna get into it. It's kind of crazy that it's pumping today. I mean, I guess it makes sense because the news, but the other news was very significant. So I am actually surprised to see this pump. But it makes sense now that we have the announcement that Chris is going to be at the White House. So this is all good. We like to see this. We like to see these things happening, guys. XRP is above 250. You know, a lot of things are pumping today. I want to remind you guys, Chainlink is pumping today. Why? They're also going to be included, one of the co-founders of Chainlink, at this crypto White House summit deal, which we're going to talk more about. If you guys want to do some trading, right now, there's a very cool trading contest going on where you trade and deposit. You could win bonuses. You might win a Rolex. You might win a Nintendo Switch. I've been playing my Nintendo Switch lately. I just bought one. And maybe I should have waited to try to win one of these. But, you know, I got a Nintendo Switch. I've been having a lot of fun playing Mario Party 2 from N64. Yeah, you can play the classic game. That's been a lot of fun. But you can win any, you know, you can win AirPods or whatever. So check this out, guys. And when you just sign up for Blowfin, you do get up to a $5,000 deposit bonus when you sign up using our link. I've been trading a lot lately. There's been certainly a lot of great volatility. But I am still optimistic that we could find some mega whopper longs. And this, you know, I mean, you know, that might be a little. It's I think, you know, maybe there's a little long opportunity right now as we're kind of, I don't know why we sold off really this morning. This is kind of surprising to me that we had this sell off this morning. We've been pumping after this dump, right? We've been kind of getting a pump. Here was the day where we heard about the strategic reserve for these other altcoins, and then it came right back down, and then it pumped back up. Got back to 92. Now we're back down to 88. The volatility is crazy. It's a trader's dream, to be honest with you. It's so if you're not trading, I mean, maybe it's because you're not good at it, and that's fine. You know, I want you guys to win. You know, but learning trading is pretty cool. And if you want to learn more about trading, Maxi, my partner on this YouTube channel, did a trading tutorial, just a very simple trading tutorial this morning, which is just very logical. Check it out, guys. The video that we posted this morning at like 8:30 a.m. A nice little tutorial for those of you guys that have been asking for the tutorial. There you go. Voila. I talked to Maxi about it last night, and he got her done for all you out there that are more curious about like trading. Just simple trading strategies. Looking at the overall market right now, we're going to get into some of the news, but this total market cap, it gets me pretty excited. The 3 days, 7 hours left on this weekly candle. I would love to see one of three things. I would like to see the weekly candle close at one of three levels. 1, 2, 3. I'd like the weekly candle to sit down here off of these highs. Maybe even a little bit lower, maybe down to 2.6. I'd love to see it hit right off of our previous all-time highs. This weekly candle closing right at 2.87 honestly makes the most sense. The top of this body weekly candle close and the bottom of this weekly candle close, that would be a very beautiful thing. I'd like that a lot, okay? So we'd like. Okay, good. I feel like this is how I should talk with this haircut, with this new look, huh? No. Okay, so 3 trillion also is the level I've been calling out for a while, just because that was where the wick was. That's where the actual peak of the previous all-time high was. So looking at these 3 levels, and we're right on track to do it. And then maybe get this, Nike swoosh. Waiting on the Nike swoosh. You got it, Waldo. So anyway, that's cool. That's the levels that I'm looking at right now, which is pretty neat. Looking at CRO, a little boost. This is great. Looking at Cardano, coming down a little bit today after a nice boost back up above a buck. That was pretty cool. Pepe testing back down to these levels. We're all good. We need to see this total market cap bounce to see our altcoin market come back. The good news is there are some bullish catalysts for an altcoin season now. The Fed cutting rates. And maybe we're going to abolish the Fed, but let me not get ahead of myself. We've got some news stories that I want to share with you guys later. Okay, so if you want to trade, Blowfin's there for you. Let's look at some liquidations really quick. Oh, you know what? Actually, first, let's look at some of the big losers. So there's some big winners today. SWE and Crowcoin are some of the big winners today. What are some of the big losers? I guess Cardano. I don't know why this is all messed up. Cardano, there you go. Cardano, one of the big losers after a nice pump on the back of some of this bullish news for Cardano. Cardano's a little bit down today. Quant is a little bit down. These are both USA ISO compliant coins, Cardano and ADA, or those are the same coins, Quant and Cardano. So, you know, that's interesting. We got Pi getting a little retracement. That's natural. Hedera's down a little bit. Great discounts on Jasmine, Hedera. Jupiter's at an insane discount. I just can't believe this thing is still below $1. But at the same time, altcoin season's been brutal. In fact, almost non-existent. So that's pretty cool. Scott says, I heard yesterday they burned 39 million tokens. That's not really for Shiba Inu. Just talking on that really quickly, Scott, I'm glad you brought that up because people bring things like that up all the time. Oh, this big Shiba Inu burn. I like to talk about the reality of this situation, Scott. And again, what you need to understand is when you have 15 trillion Shiba Inu, what do we got? The total supply of Shiba Inu is 589 trillion. If you get a 39 million Shiba Inu coins burned, that's like 10 pennies. So it's like not a big deal. You know, I could burn 39 million tokens and it wouldn't affect me at all, and I could write an article about it. And would that be bullish for, you know, Shiba Inu? No. So just be careful with some of those stories, the hopium stories. Look, I think that Shiba Inu's got a good bull market ahead of it when our total market cap bounces, but these types of stories are very dangerous for, you know, retail investors like you, Scott, and I'm not trying to offend you, and like so many people out there that just don't really look into the supply and the tokenomics behind coins. And that's a fancy word to say just like, you know, the math. And it's not just, you know, it's there's a little bit of digging you can do into it and, you know, protect yourself from getting too excited over information that's just frankly, you know, not that exciting. And so maybe you got a kick out of that, Scott. I hope I wasn't insulting. I wasn't trying to be. I was trying to use that as a great example of why we have a channel like this, to bring education like this to the people that need it, and to remind some people that you need some refreshers of that stuff. And then to some of the more experienced folks, we're hunting guys for trades. We're hunting for the narrative, for the memes. We're hunting for all of it. And yes, I still think there's going to be some great meme opportunities here. The memes have been dead for a while, but anyway, let's get to liquidations. I always like to look at this and see what we got going on. So not a lot. It's calmed down a little bit. A couple longs were squeezed out as we dip back down below $90,000. How's it going? Vote them in the chat. You didn't miss nothing. Vote them. You didn't miss nothing. You're here. We're loving it. You're here. Everybody's been waiting on you. Everybody said in the chat, if you could scroll up, you'd see like, where's Votem? You know, that's what I was saying. That's how I started the stream. No, I'm just kidding, but good to have you. We like to have fun here, guys. We like to have fun here. Anyway, not a lot of liquidations today, but there are some longs getting squeezed out. So, you know, I want to remind you guys this while we're on this liquidations page. There will be more days, I promise you, where there are, you know, here was a day back in December where there was $1.5 billion worth of longs that were liquidated. And I told you guys for the last 3-4 years we've been doing this channel, at some point there's going to be a day where there's going to be $1 billion liquidated on one of these sides. And it didn't happen for a very long time. And then all of a sudden it happened and everybody was shocked. And I wasn't. I told you guys this was going to happen at some point. This is going to happen at some point, because what happens is people get excited about this crypto market. They start doing leverage, which I like leverage. I think the trading's great. We've got sign up links. If you want to sign up and take advantage of it, it's great. But you get over leveraged and you hold the position for too long. You use too high a leverage. You don't set your stop losses. You never take profit. You get caught up in the liquidation ruin. And that's not a good time. How's it going, Mr. Beefy? In the chat. What's going on? I should stand more for these streams. I got more energy when I'm standing for the streams. There's no doubt about it. Anyway, so that's the Bitcoin liquidations for the day. Forget about it. Here's some big news for SWI surges on Trump-affiliated World Liberty Financial Reserve asset deal. The DeFi protocol will add SWI. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? SWI assets to its token reserve. That's what we call it. And explore product development opportunities. That's what we're going to explore. The layer 1 blockchain. I don't even know what a blockchain is, frankly, but it doesn't even matter. It's beautiful. It's huge. This is great. This is a great little thing for SWI. I've held some SWI. So the agreement includes World Liberty Finance, including SWI assets to its crypto holdings. The announcement said so. Two projects will also explore the two projects will also explore product development opportunities. So what the heck are they going to do with that? I don't know. Are they going to make a SWI phone like the Solana phone? Is this SWI competitors? I'm pretty happy, Coin Baron. How you doing, Coin Baron? I hope you're well, bro. I'm so bummed out, Coin Baron. So we do these Crowcast episodes. Me, Oscar, Coin Baron, and Black Sea. dude, I had no idea that was supposed to happen, so we didn't get to do it. I'd love to go on your channel, bro, and I'd love to do it again. I'm so sorry. I felt so bad, but Blacksea called me. He's like, hey, they're waiting for us. I was like, waiting for what? And he didn't even know either that we were, so I just need, like, with a kid, especially on the weekends. It's really hard for me on the weekends. I need to know ahead of time when we're doing these things. Life of YouTubers, guys, forget about it. That's a side note, but anyway, Coin Baron, I just want to apologize to you because I love you. If you're not already subscribed to this guy's channel, he's a great content creator, guys. You got to check him out. He talks a lot about Cronos, but he's got a great understanding of the crypto market, and I'll tell you what, he deserves the support. So go give him a like, go give him a subscribe, and watch his content. Anyway, SWE is hot. I love it. I think it's going to be good. They were a partner for the inauguration. Here they are partnering up with World Liberty Finance. And you know what? We might even see it as a part of the National Strategic Reserve. If it's part of the World Liberty Financial Reserve, you think they're going to want to pump their own bags? Yeah, they're going to want to pump their own bags. Clearly, we're going to want to pump our own bags. I think that's what they're going to do. So, confirmed list of White House Crypto Summit attendees. So, let's get to this in a second. I'm going to come back to this. So, what we've got going on, where is it? I have the story. Where's the story? Oh, man. All right. Well, anyway. No, this is a bummer. I've got the story pulled up. Hold on, guys. I gotta pull the story back up. Give me 1 sec, guys. Give me a second. But no, Coin Baron, I feel really bad, man. We wanted to be there. I'm sure you're like, what the heck? Well, then why can't they make it? Oh, we didn't even know what was gonna happen, so that was a bummer. I want to go White House Crypto Summit. Okay, sorry, guys. I had the story pulled up. I might have exited out of it. So here you go. So Investors Business Daily. This is the publication we're going to use for this one today. A Bitcoin reserve launch. That's what everybody's speculating right now, which is crazy because if we're really speculating that Bitcoin's dipping and we're speculating that we're going to get a national strategic reserve announced, that's wild. But Bitcoin reserve launch. What to expect from the White House Crypto Summit. So crypto anticipation is building for the White House Crypto Summit on Friday. That's tomorrow. The first of its kind event. A first time we've ever had a crypto party at the White House. Whoop, whoop. CEOs are showing up. We've got a lot of big names, the biggest people, the most beautiful people showing up to this. But the first of its kind events could potentially mark the launch of a U.S. strategic crypto reserve. If I had to guess, it's probably not going to launch that day. So maybe that's going to be a letdown and the market might tumble on a result, but it could pump because there's probably going to be some bullish news about it. They're probably going to give more. What I expect from the summit personally is that they're probably just going to provide more clarity on it. We might get a couple more announcements, maybe Crow's in the reserve. I don't know. CEO of crypto.com's there. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's what his irons in the fire comment was. I don't know. But, we're going to see some kind of news on Friday about this. It's a long event from 1:30 to 5:30. They're just going to be canoodling at the White House. Canoodling. Who's going to be canoodling? Now let's get to the list. Blacksea, killing it on X. I've got to get more active on X. I'm trying to be a dad or whatever. So, doing what I can on X. But bringing the crypto content on YouTube, that's for sure. But confirmed list of White House Crypto Summit attendees. So Donald Trump's going to be there. Not surprised. From the White House, Bo Hines, David Sachs, the crypto czar. So Brad Garlinghouse, Michael Saylor, a guy from Tether, which is very interesting because Tether's really been getting hurt lately. Kathy Wood is rumored to be there. Charles Hodgkinson, Vitalik Buterin. We've got Brian Armstrong. Some people are saying CZ. You know what? I don't know about CZ. This is a list he posted. This is the list that's going around. The list that I saw getting reported on from like more of the mainstream public, and this is the list that's going around on X right now. I did see that it's, and I'm surprised it's not on this list, but Chris Marzliak, the CEO of crypto.com, is going to be there. Robinhood CEO is going to be there. You're going to have Coinbase there. So you're going to have a lot of those types of people. And then people were, I didn't see a full confirmation yet on Charles or Kathy. I know it says confirmed. I mean, maybe this is, I was trying to look for a better list, but anyway, this is the one that was going around on X. So Blacksea reposted this out, and I think these are the ones that people expect to see there, think are going to be there. I just don't know if all these are 100% confirmed. But no, I mean, you're going to have, maybe the SEC chair canoodling with the CEOs, which is going to be great. I'd be really surprised if they had CZ because he was in prison and whatever, but maybe they will. I don't know. And plus, he's not even the CEO of finance right now, but it's going to be a big event, guys. So buckle up, buckaroo. I'm going to be saying that a lot. I like saying that. That's been a lot of fun to say. Ah, man, thirsty. So anyway, apparently Mango Penguin says 88 will not be there. Charles rejected it. Why would Charles reject it? Is that true? Did Charles reject it? Mango Penguins, you pull my leg, Mango Penguins? Like that name, though. Like that name, I do. John R says, I think it's genius if they do what I think they do. What are they going to do? John, what do you think they're going to do with that burn? I'm very curious. Very curious. Okay, so here's another story I want to share with you guys. New York bill aims to protect crypto investors from meme coin rug pulls. In my view, these activities should fall firmly within the jurisdiction of law enforcement agencies, crypto regulations experts told Cointelegraph. New York lawmakers have introduced legislation aimed at protecting cryptocurrency investors by targeting rug pull scams where project insiders abruptly abandon project and drain investor funds. How are they going to do this? The bill would establish criminal penalties specifically aimed at preventing cryptocurrency fraud and protecting investors from rug pulls. Under the proposal, new criminal charges would be created for offenses involving virtual token fraud, especially targeting deceptive practices associated with cryptocurrencies. This is a tough bill. I mean, virtual tokens refer to security tokens, which we actually found out that meme coins are actually collectibles. So this is an interesting thing going on. Well, security tokens include any form of fungible and non-fungible computer code, which all such forms of ownership of said computer code is determined through verification of transactions or any derivative method, and that is stored on a peer-to-peer computer net. Wow. So there is not a lot of specifics to this. I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know how you can do this. That's not really DeFi. And then once that, I just think you need to protect yourself from this stuff and maybe don't play with fire. I don't know. I don't really agree with the bills coming out on this stuff. I'd love investors to be protected, but protections really, historically, when the government wants to protect you, it usually means they want to not, protect. I don't know. It's never that great. Government and blockchain and DeFi, perfect segue. Totally meant to do it. Totally meant to do this segue. Totally didn't get lucky here. Solana co-founder questions. I prepared for weeks for this live stream. Solana co-founder questions Trump's crypto reserve despite Solana inclusion. So Solana is going to be included in the National Strategic Reserve for crypto. We've heard about that. Mike Grogan says, first-time listener here. Love your analysis on these charts. Just recently got into crypto and wanted your thoughts on VeChain. Have held for years, and now the chart finally looking good. I think VeChain should have a good bull market, Mike. You just gotta get your altcoin season. And the good news is we got Fed rate cuts coming sooner than expected, and things are looking bullish for crypto. Put out a list of pros, put out a list of cons. There's more pros than cons. Things are looking good for crypto. It's relatively low cap compared to some of the other large projects. And if the total market cap explodes to levels like I think it will, like 8 or 10 trillion, I think that VeChain could have a good time. So good luck to you on that one. Do your research, Mike. Keep looking into all the things that you're getting into here. But appreciate the comment and thanks for joining us. Solana co-founder questions Trump's crypto reserve despite Solana inclusion. Anatoly Yakanov. I don't know how to say it. Anatoly Yakanov. So I'm going to say his name. Says, warning that government control could undermine decentralization. The Solana co-founder and CEO, said he would prefer no crypto U.S. reserve, citing the risk to decentralization if government was in charge. In charge of what? Yeah, so here you go. This is his tweet. My reserve order prefers no reserve because if you want decentralization, fail to put the government in charge of it, or states run their own reserve as a hedge against the Fed making a mistake. Or if there has to be a reserve, it's based objectively on measurable requirements. I don't care what they are. They can be constructed as such that only Bitcoin satisfies them right now, and they must be objectively measurable and rationally justified. If there's a target to beat the Solana ecosystem, we'll get it done. I don't really see a good argument here. I think, I don't know. I don't know. Is he engagement farming? I don't know what he's doing here. I understand the idea of you don't want a strategic reserve in a point because it's like you hate the government. Frankly, I don't really like government either. So, that's why I like crypto, right? And I want DeFi. But if they're gonna buy it, they're gonna buy it. You call it what you want, a reserve or just they're buying token. I mean, we've always been like, what's crazy is like for years we've been like, eventually governments are gonna buy crypto. So like, you can't stop it. You can't stop the government from buying crypto. There's no stopping them. So why fight it? Just go and just take it. Just like this as you ascend with your crypto gains because the government pumps your bags. So I don't know. I just think it's interesting. I mean, we don't want anything in the reserve. It's probably not good for the country. But like he's saying, it's going to hurt crypto. Like, I don't see how it would hurt crypto if the government bought Solana. Wouldn't that pump your bags, Anatoly? Don't you want the government to pump your bags, Anatoly? I do. Breaking Trump's cryptos are David Stack says, over the past decade, the federal government sold approximately 195,000 Bitcoin for proceeds of $366 million. If the government had held that Bitcoin to be worth over $17 billion today, that would be something. We've been talking about this for years. Germany was selling their Bitcoin. Remember when Germany was selling their Bitcoin? Nobody talks about that anymore. Germany was selling their Bitcoin. America sold their Bitcoin. All these countries had Bitcoin that they acquired from the Black Silk Road and all these things and they sold it all because they sold it off and then they used it for, I don't even know what they used it for. I'm sure maybe Doge is going to find out. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something to see what they spent that money on after they sold it? I would be curious. But anyway, I mean, it's pretty stupid that they sold it. We've been saying that for years. They should have just held it. Holding Bitcoin's pretty cool. It turns out to be pretty cool. The whole Bitcoin. This 366 million would have been 17 billion today. That's pretty neat. Pretty neat. So that's pretty neat. Just don't fade Bitcoin, right? We've got a very interesting proposal as well that came out today that I wanted to share with you guys. By the way, shout out to all you guys in the chat. And do me a favor, tap that like button. Right now we got 112 of yous watching on the YouTubes, and we got 197 of you watching on X. So, thanks. Hope you're doing great, by the way. Hope you're getting rich. I hope you're looking good. I hope you're feeling good. Okay? Hope everything's going well for you guys out there. Love you if you're here. I love you if you're not too, but you wouldn't even hear the love, so what's the point if you're not here? But you are. All right, I'm moving on. Congressman Thomas Massey, I don't know how to say his name. I don't care. Reintroduces a bill to abolish the Federal Reserve. Now, I don't know if this guy's a Republican or a Democrat. If I had to assume, I would guess that he's probably a Republican. I don't really know. And I'm not like, abolish the Federal Reserve entirely, but kind of am. Here's the deal. One thing I've always said, I've always been consistent on is like, isn't it strange that we could just like print? That was printing money, by the way. That was me doing the Fed Chair Jerome Powell money printer. That's the sound of the bills just getting printed. Isn't that strange? Quantitative easing, quantitative tightening, quantitative. I just like quantitative. Get out of here. It's kind of crazy. The government spends like crazy. The government prints money like crazy. The government's not a very good custodian of money, it turns out, which is kind of crazy. The Federal Reserve is not even, it's a private and public entity, which is very strange. It's a very strange thing. The Federal Reserve is not a part of the federal government. Why does it have the name federal in front of it? Because it's a scam? I don't know. It's very strange. It seems like a lie. When you call it the Federal Reserve, you'd think that it should be a part of the Fed, but it's not. Okay? It's not. And that's crazy. So it's an interesting conversation. But then I don't know what the new mechanism would be to deal with the dollar. The reality of the situation is every country's doing it. Every country's manipulating their currency. China does it. The United States does it. Everybody does it. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing it. And it's especially China. China's doing it. So I don't know. Maybe we don't abolish it. Maybe we do. I just thought it was an interesting story. And now here's the segue. Again, I've been preparing for years for this stream. March, 93% chance, no rate cut. But May, we got like a 50-50 shot that we're going to get a rate cut. And before, I was thinking maybe wait until June. And so I was telling you, hey, maybe our bull market's postponed a little longer than we'd like to see it. Maybe it's not now because the odds have gone up because the Treasury Secretary wants to cut rates. Obviously, Trump wants to cut rates. I think we all want rates cut. We just don't want worse inflation. So, that's something that we're dealing with. How's it going, James, in the chat? Frank Villalobos. How's it going? Yeah, so Fed rate cut's going to be good for altcoins. And to all you guys out there, 305 of you watching right now, 204 on X, 101 on YouTube right now. First of all, tap the like button. Second of all, if you're not trading and you want to trade and you want to learn how to trade, first of all, we did a Blowfin tutorial earlier today. It was not a sponsored video. We have an affiliate link for Blowfin, and we do get a small fee when there's trading going on Blowfin. But if you're looking to trade and you're looking to sign up for a platform or you're looking to take advantage of sign up bonuses, I genuinely like Blowfin. I think it's a great platform to use. It's where I do my leverage trading. And if you want to do some, support us and sign up using our link and start trading. But win your trades, please. Oh, we got the Toesy Woesies. We got those Toesy Woesies. For those of you guys that have like, what's wrong with this guy? My daughter just walked in the room. We have a lot of new viewers, I think, today. So, she's smiling. She's a smiling little. I would love to show the Toesies. We wanna hold the here. We're gonna show the Toesies, people.
Watch your head.
Oh wow! I almost hit her head on my lamp. There's the Toesies. The Toesy Woesies. I'm like weird about showing her face. I think you got to do that as a dad to protect her. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, did you wave? That's a 5-month-old waving at her dad. Thanks for the. Hey, could you make me one of those shakes? Thanks. That's Mrs. Crypto Kip and Baby Kip over there. So they're the best. She's not walking yet, no, but she's bouncing. She's got a bouncer. She's like, she's bouncing. She's loving life. She's bouncing. She's got a walker. She was walking to Dad. I'd push her away in the walker, and they'd be, Kip, Daddy. And she'd come to me, and it was pretty cool. That was this morning. Yeah. Frank said, learn how to leverage trade. Toesy Woesie's pump incoming. That'd be cool. Have I sold any crow? Jonathan asked, or am I bull even with the 70 billion? I'm still a bull. He's at the White House. I don't know. It made me mad. It made me mad. Hey, thanks, Waldo. John says, I wouldn't count on rate cuts unless Trump abandons tariffs. Well, he's going back and forth. I don't know, John. I mean, look, all I got is the odds. That's all I got. So, I don't know. I'm not counting on them. But I am just counting on crypto. I mean, I still believe in crypto regardless if we're cutting rates. So, but I mean, I'm open to whatever. I'm going to keep a close eye on the Fed. And all of a sudden, if some bad economic data comes out, well, and like, John, here's the thing. Like, what if the tariffs are good? I mean, I clearly don't think they're good. And maybe they're not, right? I got to acknowledge, I don't know. I'm not like some master economist. I'm like this bald guy on stream. But I love crypto. I've been in crypto for a very long time. And I think that frankly, crypto is the off-ramp to the inflation problem. So regardless if they're cutting rates or not, we are going to pump. But regarding tariffs, like, I don't know, everybody's painting it as bearish. I think it's a little politicized, but I also understand where it could cause some problems. I just don't know what's going to happen. And maybe he does abandon it. Maybe it's the art of the deal. Maybe it's a negotiation tactic. And maybe that's stupid. I don't have the answers. But looking at the Fed rate probabilities, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting to watch. I'm going to continue to watch it. Let's look over at Bitcoin, see what is going on for the Bitcoin. But no, it's an interesting take, John. How's everybody doing out there? Let's do a little Q&A. We've been live for 44 minutes. 44. 44. Oh, yeah, there we go. Thanks, babe. No. Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. How you guys doing, guys? Okay, wait. How you doing? How you doing, John? I'm gonna sit down now. I'm tired. These old bones, you man, are shaking. Any updates on the 70 billion? No updates on the 70 billion. I got no updates for you. 70 billion crow being unburned. I'm unburned by what has been. Oh, how about that one? Oh, that's pretty good. No, his back and forth really rattling the stock market. John, I agree with you. It is certainly rattling the stock market. And my mom is mad. Not at him per se, but just at the market. The market sucks right now, dude. Sucks. BTC price prediction tomorrow? Oh, it could get close to 95, 100. And then, like, I don't know. Look, if they actually announce the reserve tomorrow and like it's a thing officially, then it could explode. If it's not officially a thing tomorrow, then we could get a big dump and our last capitulation down. And I think it'd be like, I think we're getting close to like the last capitulation. Maybe this was it. Maybe there's a little lower. I'm not 100% convinced that we're just going to explode now. You know, I'm still in the market big time, so. BSS, yes. Okay, what else is going on, guys? Let's do a little Q&A. Little peek at Bitcoin dominance. I haven't looked at that yet. It's steady. John 316 has 60K fiat on hand ready to put in, but to what BTC is a safe play, I think. John, BTC is always the safe play. Now, could you miss some upside on some alts? Yeah. Do you need to protect that 60K? Like, do you need to protect that 60K? Is that 60K very important to you? Is that a big amount of money for you? It's, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad to just get Bitcoin. Never bad just to have Bitcoin, John. Now, if you don't have any altcoins and you're like sitting on the sidelines completely right now and that's what you got, what you don't want to do is buy Bitcoin and then see altcoins pumping and then FOMO into the altcoins when Bitcoin's not performing as well as altcoins. So what you might want to do is just buy like a good hunk of Bitcoin if you don't already have Bitcoin, and then like pick some altcoins and then, you know, choose your allocations wisely there. So, and look, I'm not a financial advisor, John, you know this, everybody out there, I'm not a financial advisor and not giving financial advice, you know, but those are some thoughts. Those are some thoughts. Charles will not be there. Okay. Okay. Very interesting. Maybe that's why Cardano's down. Because he wasn't invited. Everybody thought he was invited. He wasn't invited. Buff Link is a legend, by the way. Look what he says here. I hit the like button. Have you? And the question is, have you? Have you really hit the like? Let's look. I haven't been doing this lately. I'm going to call you guys out. 45 likes on YouTube, 91 viewers. Guys, my friends. What are you doing? John R says, wow, you were just ignoring the proposal. I trying to think logically, but you seem to want to ignore for a crow channel. This is disappointing. Wait, John, I'm not ignoring the proposal. We won't ever have 100 billion tokens. Currently, they are not US crow. New 70 billion will be US based. A good amount of the old will be burned off by new burn happening for 5 years before new US crow. See, I don't understand. What I understand is there's 70 billion tokens getting put in. There is some kind of burn proposal. It's not a massive burn proposal. But the reality of the fact, John, is that they are increasing the supply by 3x. And that is historically not something that investors want to see. So that's why people have been upset. And the reality of the situation, John, is, and I love you, man, is that we do not have any clarity as to what specifically is the purpose of bringing these 70 billion in. And you might say, well, it's for a strategic reserve of what, for who, why? Is it the National Strategic Reserve? We don't know. He says he's got coals in the fire, irons in the fire. We don't know what those irons are. Just tell me what your irons are, Chris. And that's the quarrel that I've had with it. I certainly haven't ignored it. We've done videos on it. So you got to see our videos, John. We've talked about it. All love to you, brother. And I do want to say this. We talk a lot about Crow. We've talked a lot about Crow, but I want to make something very clear as well, John. We are not a Crow channel. We are a crypto channel. And I love Cronos. And I love crypto.com. But I don't like this unburn proposal. Yeah, we all want more info. And no, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. No, I appreciate it. See you, John. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, John. Appreciate you. John 316 and John R. All right. All right, guys. Well, John R. got to go back to work. Actually, John R. Me too. I'm on a jet as well. I got to go back to work as well. I got to go get it. Got to go make some cold calls, sell some insurance. That's what I do during the day. So, Bufflink, I'll leave off with this question. Are you buying, holding anything through the bear cycle till 2030? Bitcoin would be the only one at all I'd consider. That's the answer. That's the answer. So, probably just buy Bitcoin forever. That's kind of going to be the plan. So, that's where I'm at. That's where, and then John 316. There you go. I mean, think about that. Think about what I just said, John 316. Trade and deposit to win bonuses and a Rolex. You want to win a Rolex? You want to be on an Apple Vision Pro, a MacBook Pro, an iPhone? Well, come on down and sign up for Blowfin. If you guys want to do some trading, I'm trading. If you want to trade, maybe you're trading somewhere else. Just trade here. I don't know. There's a up to $5,000 deposit bonus. There's a trading contest based on trading volume. You could win some of these prizes, maybe. If you want to sign up, we got a link. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I love crypto. I think we're gonna have a big and beautiful crypto bull market. I do. I really do. I think it's gonna be great. Frankly, probably tremendous. That's all I got. I'm Crypto Kip. This is a crypto report. DCA hodl. Smash a like. Subscribe to the channel. Peace. See ya next time, guys. Scott Swartz a sandwich. I gotta figure out how to say your last name. Have a good one. Have a good one, guys. I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you, BSS. Yeah, Wargen, I don't know. We'll talk. We're trying to figure that out. Yeah, see all you guys. All love to all you guys out there. See you next time, folks.